my ring light's lost.
Hey everyone, hope you've had your sugar today because that's what we're talking about. What the effects of sugar on your body. So yeah, we're going to get into it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cheryl. I am on my own journey to get healthier, lose weight, especially the menopause weight, and help people along the way that are looking to kind of take control of their health and that sort of stuff. So, and then I'll let Sandy introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. It is Sandy here. And yeah, I'm on my journey, my health journey too. And I've been in health and wellness for about 10 years. And I really enjoy helping others and informing others and also learning myself and helping others to be the best that they can be and so they can live a happy, healthy life. So, I hope you enjoy the show and thanks for being here.
Yes, we need to get more energy. Let's have some sugar.
Yeah,
All
sugar.
right. All right. Um, so I put this on here as a funny. Yeah, if you could stop adding so much sugar to everything, that would be great. So if you've ever watched the, yeah. And then I had to put this girl on here having cotton candy because if those of you who've ever had cotton candy, you know it's pure sugar.
I know, kidding. It's like, buzzing,
Like
buzzing.
I can just see this girl running around like totally like ah. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
So
God, that's
anyway,
too funny.
so I had to do both.
Gotta have humor
Yeah,
in our daily life,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. So, Sweet Perils, unraveling the secret of sugar's impact on your body. So, that's what we're talking about today. Uh, and there's different types of sugar, which we will go over, but let's all about sugar. So, the amount of sugar that is safe to eat per day may depend on your total caloric intake, activity level, and other factors. Uh, in general, it's best to avoid added sugars. The key is added when possible because they don't contain beneficial nutrients, and eating too much can contribute to preventable diseases. So yeah, it's basically the added sugar, and at the end we'll give you some alternatives that if you like that sweetness, you can find it.
Mm. So the safe amount of daily intake. Well, according to the American Heart Association, the maximum amount of added sugars you should eat in a day are men 150 calories per day, which is 37.5 grams or 9 teaspoons. Women 100 calories per day, which is 25 grams or 6 teaspoons. To put that in perspective, though, one 12-ounce can of Coke contains, my goodness, 140 calories from sugar, while a regular sized Snickers bar contains 120 calories from sugar. So you can drink your sugar too, right?
And a lot of sugar consumption is coming from drinks,
Yeah,
juices,
yeah.
pops.
Even
Uh,
special coffees that have
oh yeah,
honey or sugar in it.
oh yes.
Mhm.
I only do that once in a while with those coffees. I felt like they were a dessert.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah,
drinking your dessert.
yeah,
You're
and
basically drinking your calories for the day almost.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So if you're a woman, if you had a Snickers bar, you can't eat for 2 days. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this is again what we were talking about. So we don't need added sugars. So it's like we're saying sugary drinks, candy, baked goods, sweet, sweetened dairy, like we were talking about the nice things we put in our coffee, or even chocolate milk or anything like that. Even say okay, this is funny. Well, not funny, but not funny, haha, but funny like eye opening. Even savory foods like breads, tomato sauce, protein bars can have sugar, making it all too easy to end up with a surplus. And then to complicate it further, adding sugar, like added sugars, can be hard to read on labels if you're getting things that are
Yeah.
packaged. And yeah, I mean, one eye opener for me was, and I've said this in other lives too, where we'll go and we'll get spaghetti sauce. So I make my own, but I like to have like the tomato base or whatever. So I there's only a certain kind that I will get at the store because all of the rest have added sugar. Same with salsa. I have the spicier you get, the less there's no sugar. So I always have to get the spicier stuff. I mean, if you're making your own, great. But if you're, don't have time and you need that, that's fine. But you'd be surprised what you think doesn't have sugar actually will have sugar in it.
Oh yeah, and read your labels because, I mean, I was just shopping with my sister and we were looking at stuff and said, well, look, they did that. Oh, no added sugar, no added sugar. So I picked up the product. I looked at the back, and it was said no added sugar in the front, and on the back, it was something like uh, 14 grams of sugar in a half a cup.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
So you really have to watch. You really have to look at your labels and we watch the no added sugar. That's really a marketing tool, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so if you know that you're uh, what sugar is per serving. So if you're
Hmm.
really trying to cut back, and we'll go over again some things that can happen if you consume too much sugar.
Right.
Some of us already know, but we're just going to go over them. Some other ones in there that you may or may not know. But yeah, it's very interesting, and so some of the names of uh, of sugar are
Okay. Know that sugar has many names. These names include sugar, sucrose, high fructose corn syrup, dehydrated cane juice, fructose, glucose, dextrose, syrup, cane sugar, raw sugar, corn syrup, and more. If it says anything else,
yeah,
there's sugar.
even lactose is milk sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
so yeah,
So yeah, so they'll hide it. They'll kind of hide the what it is.
hmm
They'll say, oh, and then they'll say, oh, it has dextrose and glucose. Think, oh, okay, well that's not bad, but it's sugar,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So this we're getting into the nitty gritty now. So so sugar effects on your body. So no matter what it's called, and when it's in excess, it can negatively affect your body in a few ways. Now, there's more than we're listing on here, but we're going to go through some of the main ones. And so it can mess with your health. Again, too much sugar, right?
Ah, sugar effects impact the brain. Oh, sugar triggers a surge of dopamine in the brain, leading to cravings and a need for more sugar to achieve the same pleasure response. Uh, just talking about that just a bit. So, if you have sugar, you're going to crave more sugar. So, if
Mm-hmm.
you think, well, why am I having a craving? I stay away from sugar. Look at what you ate just before that or
Mm-hmm.
that day, and look at the label because there may have been a hidden sugar in there that you didn't realize, which will just trigger that response for more sugar. Okay, mood swings. Consuming sugary foods can cause rapid spikes and crashes in blood sugar levels, leading to feelings of jitteriness and anxiety, and has been linked to a higher risk of depression in adults. Wow, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the blood sugar spike. That's really, it's so hard on
Well,
your heart.
we've all been hangry, so right, right. So I mean, that's one end of the spectrum, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But yeah, no, the cravings for sure. Like, like I mean, I've done this before where you have something sweet, and and then you're like, oh, you could just keep eating it like a bag of cookies,
Oh yeah, right.
or you just can't have one chocolate. I'm just gonna have one, and then like in our break room right now, we have a whole bunch of chocolate. I'm like, shit, I
Yeah.
didn't have any, but I used to go and have one, and then I'll sit down. Oh, that was good. I'm gonna go back and have another one. I
Oh
do
yeah,
the office circle every hour.
yeah. You're kind of. Oh, I'm
So
gonna go over here. Oh, look, I'm right past the chocolate
yeah,
thing. Oh, yay. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Been there, done that.
And then joint pain. So I've
Mhm.
actually noticed this myself. So when I've had lots of sugar, which I don't anymore, but when I have, I'll find like my joints, like my shoulders or my knees, because they'll be more inflamed. So sugar causes that inflammation, and so I'll notice it in my joints. But it can raise the risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis, which obviously isn't good. And then another one is, and I noticed this too. I cut out sugar. I have better looking skin, right? So excess sugar can attach proteins in the bloodstream, forming harmful molecules and damage collagen and elastin, leading to wrinkles and saggy skin. So,
Yeah.
we don't want to get older. So stay away from sugar. Maybe use a sugar scrub. I don't know.
I know. Yeah, but
But
some people don't know that it actually can damage your collagen and elastin in your skin,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's like,
exactly. And as we get older, we need all of that. Like, come on.
yeah,
You don't need to lose any of it.
unless you eat the sugar and stand on your head all day. So
Because
the
gravity
calories.
could reverse itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So I'll
oh,
do the first one. You can do the second one. So another one is pancreatic health. So overconsumption of sugar can lead to insulin resistance, overworking of the pancreas, and raising the risk of type 2 diabetes. So it starts working overtime. And as we get older, we already have hormone issues, especially if you are a woman in menopause, and even men have hormone things going on. So um, adding the sugar just can exasperate the whole aging process, right? Well, I mean, it happens anytime, but it can exasperate the aging process.
mhm. Yeah, and body weight. I didn't relate to that picture. I don't have I don't have that now, but when I did my challenge and I fit into my jeans, I was doing a happy dance all around the house. Like, woo, 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 woo. Like they went over my hips. Anyway, I regress. Okay, body weight. High sugar intake is linked to weight gain, as sugary beverages and added sugars can lead to inflammation in fat cells and contribute to weight gain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So the whole inflammation, your body doesn't work ideally when you have inflammation, which it can be from sugar, which can be from certain other inflammatory foods. So
Right.
it just won't respond as well. So,
Mhm.
and then if you add that sugar, you know, and
Yeah.
we're talking about like the added sugars. I mean, you're gonna have natural sugars in some of the foods that you have, which are different. It's when you like have oatmeal and throw some sugar on there or whatever.
Yeah.
That's added sugar.
Yeah.
You're
I,
better off to have like blueberries or strawberries or something like that, right? You have
yeah.
the natural sugar from fruit
Yeah.
and not
Right.
sprinkling on some sugar.
Yeah. Right.
I think that might be it. Oh, yeah. And then we have some alternatives. So these ones are the first ones are don't impact your blood sugar levels, and we have a couple that if you're looking for natural sugars that you can actually you can use if they're a better alternative than actual sugar, put it that way. But these ones are pretty much what I use, which is I use stevia. Um, yeah, well, stevia. Do I use it? I don't actually add stevia to anything, but some of the stuff I have has stevia in it, like my protein powder. I think it has stevia in it. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, Otherwise, it probably would have a little bit of a sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. Like I don't like they don't put enough like a lot in there, so it's sweet. But
Oh yeah.
anyway, but it's natural. It's from leaves. There's a picture of it there,
Hmm.
and it doesn't impact your blood sugar levels, and it has 0 calories. So that's a good alternative. If you're a pop drinker and it's really hard, they do have the stevia brand. I forget what it's called.
Oh, Zevia, isn't it?
Yeah, and
Z-
I've had the root beer one, I think, and I've had the ginger ale. I know there's other kinds. So, if you're a pop drinker and looking for an alternative, that would be a good way, a good like switch.
yeah. Yeah. And you can get that in most local stores. It's Zevia. Zevia. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then next step for after, like just as a sidebar, next step would be like if you like the fizz, is the sparkling water, like the flavored, would be a next kind of step. And that's I used to drink pop years ago, and then I stopped, and then I realized I just needed the coldness and the fizz, and so I just have sparkling water, and I still have that as a treat because I know there's, unless you make it yourself, there could be like
Right.
I don't know, who
Hidden
knows?
things in there.
You don't know. And then erythritol, another sugar alcohol with no calories and impact on blood levels. And you'll find this in some protein powders, and sometimes they make sweets out of this. Um, and xylitol, so another sugar alcohol with low glycemic index. And I just found the dental benefits in moderate amounts. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
apparently
There
it
is,
can help
yeah.
prevent.
Yeah. There's some, I think there's some, I don't know if I don't know, lozenges, something that you can take for dry mouth that dentists recommend, and it's got the xylitol in it, and it helps with cavities. So I didn't know that, and I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. Another
Yeah.
sugar alternative too is monk fruit. Monk fruit's really good.
Yeah, monk fruit. I didn't put that on there, but yeah. Yes, if you're cooking or baking or something that calls for sugar, monk fruits is good.
Yeah.
I've made little mug cakes with protein powder, and I can't remember. I think there might be an egg in there, cocoa or chocolate protein powder or whatever, and then to sweeten a little bit of the monk fruit. So I've done that. So there's, if you like your sweets, you can still have them, but just
Yeah.
differently, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so we wanted to put in things that are natural, but these will actually still kind of spike your insulin level. So honey is not as fast, but it's still the same response, glycemic response as sugar. But if you are looking for something that's natural, that's not man-made, so to speak, or these are other alternatives. We just wanted to put them in here. Um, yeah, but I still would use the monk fruit or stevia personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And people don't realize sugar is so addictive. I mean, they say it's as addictive as cocaine or heroin.
Right.
Um, so that's why if you have even a little, if you don't have sugar and you just have a little bit, all of a sudden that craving or addiction just comes back just like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's yeah. So it's just good if you can try and keep it in moderation, and yeah, and
Yeah,
you,
and
you,
not only that, but I mean, there's and I read this somewhere, and don't quote me exactly on it, but I was reading about menopause and sugar, and um, it depletes your B vitamins. And again, I'm not sure what the numbers are in there because I just literally read that like about a couple hours ago. But so if and the B vitamins help with your cravings, right?
mhm,
I believe so. So if you're having the sugar and you're low in certain vitamins, your cravings will go up.
yeah,
So you kind of have to,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. And the B
have
vitamins give you the energy too.
yeah,
So
exactly.
right, yeah,
And that just reminds me. So another, like when people are, you know, craving sugar, they might be just craving energy, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah,
that's so true, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have
Usually,
that slump.
yeah, and usually when your body is craving, I mean, that maybe not true, but if it's craving something, your body is usually it needs nutrition. So I mean, have you ever gone and you were craving, so then you had a carb, and then you had some sugar, and then you had this, but your body is still craving because it's saying, "Where's my protein? Where's my veggies? Where?" You know what I mean? Yeah, it's pretty interesting
Yeah,
how the body works, but
yeah. No,
yeah,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely. So that's us.
Oh
that's
yeah,
So anytime we have anything going on, if you want some more information, you can just send us a message. There's an email and a website. But as always, we want to just let you know about something that we have coming up. So I'm just going to go to the next slide. So special night, August 8th, yay, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. And I forget what it is Eastern Time.
Well, yeah. Not okay. Wait, it's be 9.
Not
Right?
9 p.m. 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
So
Eastern.
yeah, there you go, 9 p.m. So yeah, we're having a menopause trivia extravaganza. So you're like, okay, well, you just talked about sugar. What does that have to do with menopause? Well, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of these things we're relaying to ourselves, our stories. So a lot of them, sugar more affects you with the B vitamins and the cravings and everything else. As your hormones change, so does your body. And so what we're doing here is calling on women that that know they're in menopause or think they're in menopause and want to have like a, not really an evening, but a little bit of time with us. We'll be giving you some information, asking you some questions. We'll have prizes for, did you know, is this true, true or false? The funniest story. Like I told a story the other day about a hot flash. So if you haven't seen it, you should go find it. So yeah, so so we're calling all the friends, family, friends of friends, gal pals.
Yeah. Just bring your gals, bring your girls, you know, have a cocktail if you want. Let's just sit and have fun and just talk about have trivia on menopause. What we do know, what we don't know, and maybe funny stories. What has happened to you or whatever. And there's prizes, and it's going to be really fun and relaxing. And I think we're gonna have a really good time.
Yeah, it's no pressure, and honestly, like some of the stories that I've told, like even to Sandy here, and she's like, "Oh my God, I never thought of that. I have the exact same thing happen to me." Right? So you don't really,
I know.
You don't really know. Like she was talking about the leg hair thing, and I was talking about leg hair thing, and she's like, "Oh yeah, the leg hair thing." So if you don't know about the leg hair thing, you got to watch Sandy's TikTok about her leg hair.
Yeah, and it's so funny because you think, well, is this, you don't think about that thing. This is just what you don't really know. Is this just happening to me? And you don't even know it's related to menopause. You think, well, how come this is happening? And then when you talk to other women, and then you talk to others about other stories, it really is a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you can't laugh at yourself, then hey.
And I laugh at myself all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's coming up. So we hope that you join us, and to find out, you can just send us a message, or because we have a special Facebook group for it, and so just send us a message, and we'll get you in the group, and we'll have lots of fun.
Yeah. Just comment below or contact one of us and just say, menopause fun or menopause trivia or whatever.
Yep.
And we can get you in the group and just have fun with us. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a panic. You get a bunch of women together, right? Yeah.
Awesome. All right, and with that, we will say adieu until next time.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, and we appreciate your time.